All right, the time has come. We're gonna reassemble the S10. I got the bumper right here. We're gonna just start putting it all together. I got all new lights, tail lights, bulbs, everything. So we're gonna put the whole truck back together, and then we're gonna take it down the road and see how it does. Hopefully it runs all right. I did have to play around a little bit. I put another set of injectors in it because the ones that were in it, like I said in the last video, I have no idea what they were from. It had a slight miss with those, so I put the ones that I was using prior in here, and it seemed to fix it. It idles good, it revs up fine, doesn't backfire, doesn't spit and sputter. Yeah, so what else did I do? Oh, I put a new lower radiator hose on. That one I had, it leaked, so it didn't work. I did have to tighten the belt a little more. It had this really loud screech because it just wasn't quite tight enough. Hopefully that's fixed. But yeah, so let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna start putting it together and we'll see how far we get. Probably the best it's looked in 4 months. All right, so we got the bumper and the grill on. That took all of 5 minutes. So now we have lights. I've got some eBay specials here. We got some rear LED tails. Get those out. They ain't bad. They did come with these. I don't know what they are. Whatever. They work for the flashers, but all new bulbs. Yeah. All right, let's just unbox all this good stuff here. I can tell you though, am I missing? I think I'm missing stuff. That ain't good. Ah, there they are. I was worried for a minute. These are the bottom ones. Pretty basic. Yeah. Okay. I do think I did forget to get bulbs for the fog lights, but I can pick those up at a later date. All right, so that's okay. Now, there they are. Here's the rest of my goodies. What do we got? All right. There's the headlamp retainers. Oh, these are the bulbs for the, I don't know what they are, driving lights, whatever the bottom ones are. And these are ambers for the turn signals. So, dang it, I thought I might have gotten the fogs, but I didn't. So these, I've never actually installed these on an S10, but I've installed headlights many a times. This shouldn't be any different or any more difficult. How they work here. Okay. All right, yeah, so they just slide in the back there, and we'll use those retaining clips. I'll probably pull the battery out so I can see, and I'll probably have to pull the intake off so I can get to the back of that one. And then I think the bottom ones, how do they go on? All right, so these look like they just, I think they just push in. But we want to wait on that because I want to be able to put the bulbs in first, but man. But yeah, so let me put this back up on the stand and get these lights installed. But like I said, it should be pretty straightforward. We got these clips that go on the back. I may pull up a YouTube video just to make sure I did it right. Don't you love YouTube videos? Tell you how to do everything. All right, so let me put you up to the stand and get to work. What do you think? That's the first time it's been all the way together since I've bought it. It wasn't even this together when I bought it. So I noticed that the headlights just look kind of wonky. They may need adjusted a little bit, but we'll find that out at night. But I noticed quite a bit of a gap. I don't know if that's normal. I did check. I mean, they're in there the way they should be. I even pulled up an old YouTube video to make sure, but very easy to do. It don't even need any tools to do it. So all new bulbs. I do got to get some fog light bulbs. I didn't get those. Let's see that they work. All right, that's the low beams. They look nice. Check high beams. They work. Nice. Okay. The flashers will work. Let's see what that did. Oh yeah. That's cool. I like how that does that. You see, you got your turn signal bulb and your, I guess, driving light. I'm not sure what that is. I don't even know, nor do I honestly care, but it's cool how it alternates. So the question is, do we turn that off? Do we take it for a test drive as is, or go ahead and change out these stock tails? I don't know yet. It's nice out, so we can do both. But yeah, I'm gonna clean the windshield off because it's filthy. I got new wiper blades and arms because they were missing, but I don't know if I have a nut that will fit the threads there. But yeah, I think it came out pretty good. I'm gonna put the stock washer fluid nozzles in there, even though I didn't have room to run the washer fluid bottle, so they're not gonna work. But I'd rather do that than weld this up and paint it. So I'll put those on there at some point, probably off camera, because they probably just clip in. But I'm gonna think about it for a minute, see if I wanna go ahead and pull it out. All right, I say we're gonna give it a shot, at least go up and down my lane to make sure it operates as it should. Probably won't, because that's the way it usually goes for me, but that's all right. See, that ain't good. It shouldn't do that. Well, it's moving. noise to it. I just don't know. Sounds okay. Maybe an exhaust leak. I just don't know. Pull it back in. Doesn't sound good, and it's got this weird vibration. I wonder if it's got a trans problem. I just don't know. It's got a real heavy vibration. It shouldn't have that. I don't know. I mean, the motor is fresh, so I don't know. I just don't know what it would be. I know that it's got a weird vibration that I just don't think should be there. And the converter wouldn't cause that. So I'll tell you what, this thing has been an absolute pain ever since I got the motor in. It went so smoothly up to that point. You ever have a project or just something you're working, not even car related, just something that you're working on that is just driving you crazy, and it's to the point where you lose complete interest? That's just about where I'm at with the S10. I absolutely loved working on this thing in the beginning. Granted, it was going together pretty smooth, and I didn't skimp out on the things to make it easier. You know, I paid big dollars for a direct plug-in harness. I did the full Holley Blackheart mounts and cross member and headers and full exhaust. I mean, this thing should have been nothing. I mean, it should have went together and ran as is. Granted, you know, there could always be some tune issues, but I mean, this is stock now. I mean, there's no really high performance parts in here, no intake, no cam. I mean, obviously it's just all new bearings, new rings. The heads were freshened. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not one that usually gives up, but I tell you what, I'm that close to just saying screw it, selling it, dumping it all in there. I know that's not what some of you want to hear, but you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll just take a break on it, park it for a little bit, play with something else, and come back to it. We'll see. But I really wanted to get some paint on it in the week or so. It'd be a cool little driving truck, but I don't know. Maybe I'll take it a couple miles down the road and see if it cleans up a little bit. But as of right now, I'm less worried about the way it's running and more worried about the vibration I'm feeling. I mean, it shouldn't have a vibration. This is just a stock 4L60E. I mean, even the drive shaft's new. I mean, I don't know. If you're watching this and you have some ideas, I've probably thought of them, but I am open to ideas at this point. I think I want to go ahead and put the rear taillights in this video, and maybe something will happen. I may go get a few gallons of gas, just because right now I don't think it's got enough fuel to even make it to the gas station. By the way, before anyone says fuel pressure, I've checked fuel pressure. It's getting under load. It's still getting 62 pounds, I think. Replaced the fuel filter, and what else did I mean? It's all fresh. All the fuel system's fresh. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, but I'm just grasping at straws, trying to figure out what it might be. I love it. I think it looks awesome, and especially if you got some yellow paint on there, fix the clear coat, and on the top, I think it would be a killer little street truck. Even just a daily driver, it'd be fun to drive, but with that vibration, which I just don't know what that would be. I mean, maybe torque converter bolts, but I checked those. I checked them before I took it apart. Maybe the drive shaft isn't balanced. I don't know. I bought it. It's brand new. We knew what it was for. Proper length, proper pull out of the tail shaft. I mean, I just, nothing really is clicking in my head of what this could be. But all right, I've rambled enough about it. I'm frustrated with it. Let's put some taillights in it and make it at least look pretty, and then go from there. So if you notice, these are LEDs, so it already has these, which go into the factory outlet or plug or pigtail. However, this bulb here is still reused, and it just goes right there in the middle. Real easy to do. From there, we plug this into the resistor box, I guess it'd be, and that's going to allow the flashers not to rapid blink because they're LEDs. Get these bulbs out. Kind of anticlimactic, which, sorry, I'm just as sad about it as you are, but at least the truck's back together. It's not, I didn't even buy it complete, so that I got that going for me at least. It does have an LS in it. That's positive. It does run, just not well. If I get it to run well, I would go ahead and paint it. I just don't feel like spending the time, effort, and money to paint it if it isn't going to run right. So at this point, I need to do some thinking, some research. Obviously, like I said, if you have some ideas, throw them below. No promises that I haven't already tried or thought of them, but I'm willing to accept any help possible at this point. Otherwise, 2003 S10 Xtreme LS Swap for sale. I would sell it at this point, at the point of this recording here. I may change my mind in an hour, but I don't know. It's just frustrating, but that's part of it, man. That's part of projects. You gotta either roll with the punches or find solutions or what have you. For me, I've got a 55 Ford in that garage. I've got my Nova. I've got the wife's El Camino that needs done. So for me, it's neither here nor there, you know. I'll either finish it or I won't. And I can say that I usually finish them in some fashion. So the fact that I'm thinking about either selling it or parking it for a while is kind of depressing. But man, I have screwed with this thing for 2-3 months after building it, mind you. It only took me about a month and a half to build. The rest of the time, I didn't even post a video. I didn't even post a video for like a month because I was trying to find the issue. So I mean, I've been screwing with it now for 2.5-3 months, and then I finally went backwards with it, thinking, you know, at least if I go back to a stock trim, it might at least let me drive it and roast some tires. You know, I still got a Yukon Posi to put in it if I get it to run right, but what's the point of doing that if it isn't running right? I don't know. And this ain't my first rodeo. I mean, I've done quite a bit of this kind of stuff before. I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. This is a hobby. All right, sorry to interrupt your regularly scheduled programming, but after all that ranting and raving, I did tinker with it a little farther, started looking into the tune, and I started looking up some part numbers on the injectors. Turns out these are 21 and 21.8 pound injectors. The tune was calling for 24.8. So I updated all the injector data from a 99 Silverado stock tune, and dude, it fired right up, idled smooth. I did take it out this morning to put gas in it to make sure it was operating as it should. It's good. I fixed it. It runs as it should. It'll smoke the tires. And we're having some transmission issues, so I'm hoping it's tune related as well. I'm doing some research and tweaking into that. Hopefully we get that fixed in the next video, but listen to this. It runs good. It starts right up. Yeah. Idle smooth. bit of belt squeak. I think I just need to tighten that belt a little more, but that's what we want to see. Thanks for watching the video, obviously, but you can pretty much ignore all the ranting and raving about, you know, ideas and not knowing what to do and being frustrated. I still am kind of frustrated because it won't shift into overdrive, and I'm kind of disappointed because now that it's just injector data, I could probably have still ran the bigger cam, which I may back up if I get some time. I may swap that back in because that only takes me about 4 hours. It's not a big deal to swap, but I did, like I said, I took it down the road and man, it'll move. So I'm pretty happy at the moment. But like I said, stay tuned for the next video and we will get some nice rolling shots. You'll see how it runs. You'll see it burn some tires and hopefully fix that trans issue. So back to the end. Let me know what you think. If you've watched this far, I do appreciate it. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And hopefully I'll be back with another video another week saying, hey, we fixed it. We can only hope, right? But either way, thank you. See you later.